This week, I have had the great pleasure of conducting a 3-day boot camp for entrepreneurs. The aim was to assist them in looking at their offering and how to ensure it is in line with the market demand. Moreover, they find product market fit and structure their investment decks for their next round of funding. Now, I conduct these boot camps about 5 times a year for differing but yet similar audiences, ranging from young entrepreneurs to academics and researchers trying to commercialize their research. Using the business model canvas as a base, the experience has been something quite revealing. Firstly, the Business Model Canvas, or BMC, is a one-page strategic tool used to visualize and analyze a business model's key components. Originally developed by Alexander Osterwalder. Alexander is a Swiss business theorist and author, and as indicated, he pioneered this modeling approach. The BMC helps teams align activities, test assumptions, and identify, design, and pivot business models. In many ways, it steers one away from the old linear thinking of business plans. And on that note, welcome back to the Core Podcast, the podcast where we ignite ideas for founders building the future. I'm your host, Yongama Squeya, and today we're diving into a make or break topic for any startup: the importance of a well-defined value proposition. If you've ever wondered why some startups skyrocket while others crash and burn, stick around. We'll unpack how a killer value prop creates a defensible competitive advantage, fuels smart customer acquisition, and turns vague ideas into revenue machines. Let's get on to the journey together. First off, what is a value proposition? It's not some fluffy marketing tagline. It's the clear promise of the unique value you deliver to your customers, why they should choose you over everyone else. Think of it as your startup's North Star. Without it, it's just another entity in a vast sea of noise. A strong value proposition isn't "we sell software." It's "we help busy parents save 2 hours a day on meal planning with AI-curated recipes tailored to picky eaters." It needs to be specific, benefit-focused, and irresistible. Startups like Slack nailed this early with Be Less Busy, which resonated with so many because it spoke directly to overwhelmed teams drowning in emails. You may ask, why does all this matter? A well-defined value proposition builds a defensible moat, something copycats can't easily steal. The whole concept of a moat comes from an investor perspective. Popularized by the great Warren Buffett, he defined a defensible moat as a durable, long-term competitive advantage that protects a company's market share and profitability from competitors. These take the form of structural barriers, such as a strong and distinct brand, high switching costs, or network effects, all aspects that make it difficult for rivals to replicate the business offering and thus ensuring sustained superior financial performance over time. It must be kept in mind that price wars erode margins, but a moat protects your long-term strategy and market share. Remember, the ultimate point of venturing is to create something entirely new rather than simply replicating or improving existing products. And when you go about doing so, you need to find means to stand out and attract your target audience with something that resonates with them and ensures that follow-on service providers or producers are not able to take away the advantage you have created for yourself. Let's take Google, or Alphabet as they call it now. This group has ensured, through organic growth and development coupled with strategic acquisitions, that they create immense value for content creators through YouTube. In his book Zero to One, Peter Thiel argues that true vertical progress comes from building a monopoly that offers a unique value proposition, allowing a company to escape the destructive zero-sum game of competition. This is what YouTube has been able to accomplish. True vertical progress, a near monopoly on video content. Your moat could be proprietary tech, network effects like Uber's rider-driver ecosystem, or brand loyalty from hyper-personalization. But it all starts with nailing what makes you uniquely indispensable to your target market. Just to ensure we have a balanced approach to venturing, we need to keep in mind that a strong moat today doesn't mean it's strong forever. Let's consider what we have seen in history. Due to technological disruptions, companies like Nokia and Kodak lost immense market share to competitors, largely because they became complacent due to their dominant status and moat at the time. Today, these companies are no more, or at best, a very small shell of their former glory. Many more examples exist, affected by things like regulatory changes, to leadership missteps and bad capital allocation. All in all, the key takeaway is that we always need to reassess our moat's durability. Don't assume it's eternal. Know thy customer, personas and segments. Get to know your customer. Conduct a deep dive to understand who they are, where they are, what their beliefs are, what is their purchase decision, and every other aspect to offering them value. A major mistake I have seen most entrepreneurs make during this phase is to assume everyone is their customer. Honestly speaking, unless you are oxygen, you cannot target everyone on the planet. Worse still, even oxygen providers know that their target audience or market is people with respiratory challenges. It is therefore essential that you segment ruthlessly, like millennials in urban areas, eco-conscious parents. What you need to do is craft personas like fictional characters, archetypes that you can use as the ideal customer example for your offering. When you know all this, it makes it easier to understand where these people are and what kind of media they consume to use as your delivery channel for clear and concise communication on the value that your offering brings to them. In practical terms, one can develop a persona in this way. Meet Sarah, a stressed solopreneur, 32 years of age with a master's degree in marketing. She runs an e-commerce side hustle from a second-tier city. She juggles kids and hates clunky accounting tools. She has limited time and needs a solution that allows her to seamlessly capture her financial information for P&Ls as well as tax purposes. Her pains are time-sucking spreadsheets and surprise tax bills. Your value proposition: we automate your books in 5 minutes a day so you reclaim your evenings. This acute understanding powers everything. Without it, your acquisition strategy flops. With it, you craft messages that convert. I am always reminded of the digital bank, Time Bank, geared for urban dwellers between the ages of 16 and 35 years old. Their slogan is, "You've got this," a rallying cry to this demographic that has certain beliefs and speech mannerisms that are unique to this generation. Customer acquisition. At its core, a customer acquisition strategy is a repeatable, scalable plan for how a business intends to find, attract, and convert potential customers into paying customers. It's not just about getting any users, it's about getting the right users, those who will find value in your product, stay with you, and ideally become promoters of your brand. A great value proposition, thus, drives acquisition. It's your magnet for channels like SEO, social, or paid ads. Think of it as the bridge connecting your product to the market. It encompasses the entire funnel from the first moment a potential customer hears your name to the moment they make their first purchase. For established companies, customer acquisition is often about growth and market share. For startups, it's about survival. It needs to be kept in mind that a successful acquisition strategy proves that there is a real reachable market for your product. And for potential investors, it indicates a clear and credible path to acquiring customers. It's a core component of any pitch deck. Investors want to know your customer acquisition costs and if the lifetime value of a customer significantly exceeds it. This is a relationship that needs to be kept in mind and the ratio improved. Traditionally, a 1-to-3 ratio is generally acceptable. This is that for every rand you spend on acquiring a customer, they yield a revenue of 3 rands. Ultimately, developing a customer acquisition strategy for a startup is not about finding a magic bullet. It's a disciplined process of knowing your customer and your message intimately, brainstorming a wide range of potential channels, testing the most promising ones with small, low-risk experiments, focusing your resources on the single channel that shows the most. And lastly, measure, optimize, and iterate relentlessly to get that sweet spot that can be defined at the product market fit. There you have it. Your value prop isn't optional. It's oxygen for startups. Nail it. Build that moat, become persona obsessed, and watch customer acquisition soar. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep striving, and keep believing in the power of your vision. This is Yongama Squeya signing off. Remember, by following this structured approach, you move from guesswork to a data-driven engine that can reliably bring customers to your startup. Until next time, let's keep the core strong.